Hi everyone, George here. Pardon me if my voice is a little bit raspy today. Last night I was at my son's football game and I was cheering for the team. More on that later. Right now, what I'd like to bring to you is a more or less live play of ASL scenario, starter kit scenario 4. Welcome back. It takes place on the 16th of December 1944, Hosingen, Luxembourg. Remember, this is starter kit, not full ASL. The reason why I picked a starter kit scenario today was because I had a long week and I wanted to have a more relaxing game and something that I can probably play in an hour or so. Um, so uh, Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play as the German player, and this is one of the setups that I used where it actually the setup actually worked and it contributed to a victory. So I'm going to try and see if I can defeat this setup. And basically what I got here, let's zoom into the map, take coffee. Uh, should have been drinking tea, but the coffee is just as good. All right, so what do we got here? So the Germans enter on the east side of the board. They have to exit from in between here and here. That's why I have these little markers there. And basically what I got here is I got a 747 with a flamethrower. They're elites, so they can use flamethrowers, and another flamethrower there. So they're covering uh, a radius of 2 hexes here, and 2 hexes overlapping here with the other flamethrower. Taylor is covering this area here, and this area here, and here with an MG. Now, the only thing I would change in this setup probably would be to take the 667, interchange it with the 666, because now I got a nice powerful killer stock here that most likely, if the gun breaks, the squad won't under a 10-2 leader. And here, the 667, well, he has plenty of cover, and who knows what the German player is going to do. Green, he's under a support weapon again, covering the center here to prevent a Hail Mary attack. And we put the leader here because uh, because we want to avoid cowering. Now, ideally, when you look at this setup, there's like 3 quadrants or 3 sectors, if you may, in this board. There's one here covering the woods, one here covering the area behind the tree line, which is an excellent route to take to get it into one flank or the other. And ideally, you should have a leader here, here, and here. So with a rally point, really. Um, but for one reason or another, I didn't do that. And no need for introduction for Sergeant Murphy here, 10-2 leader with an elite squad and a heavy machine gun, 50 cal, 8 firepower factors, and 16 range. And here's where I put my second line troops guarding the tree line. Basically, I give them the order to, hey guys, protect the tree line. Uh, Easy enough for them to understand. Hopefully, they won't mess up. Now, um, let's go to the German OP. See what we got here. We got 2 medium machine guns, and I am guessing that the purpose of the medium machine guns will be to uh, basically prevent these units here from reinforcing one flank or another if I'm going to choose a flank attack. There goes my voice. Doesn't matter. Now, again, I'm going to put my MGs under with my best leaders. And this is a kill zone here for this fellow here. That's an 8 even attack. Maybe, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's an 8 even attack. Um, but anywho, you can't have strawberries and cream in battle. Oh, now this is interesting. We have look at all the leaders that we have. The German leaders. We have 7-0 leaders, and if you're coming from the classic game, you have to remember not to underestimate a 7-0 leader because, again, there's two factors involved here. The factors are that those leaders prevent cowarding and they give 6 to 8 movement factors for the unit stacked with them. Unit or units. Again, in this game, you'd be a fool to stack, right? But anything could happen. Anything can happen. Now, I'm thinking of my strategy. Let's put on our thinking cap. And by the way, this is not your typical U.S. standard issue. It is actually Korean War or Korean or Vietnam War. It's just a liner. So suspension, assembly, ground troop summit liner. Uh, DLA 184C 4431 specialty plastic product. So this is plastic and it can be penetrated, right? Um, the camo is U.S. issue. The plastic liner, though, it's pretty much what the Soviets have over in Ukraine. Penetrated easily, but even a fist punch. Normally, this goes inside a steel or Kevlar helmet. The camo goes on towards on the outside, and then you tuck it in between the plastic. You tuck in the fabric between the metal and plastic liner. Anyway, this is our thinking cap for today. Let's put our thinking cap. Uh, kind of boosts my morale just to have this thing on. All right, let's put these things up here. These counters here to mark the turn. And it started kit. I miss weather already. Um, we're going to have a couple of units go CX and try to draw fire from the from the my opponents. And hold on a sec. Yeah, I just took a quick look at the scenario card and I was surprised there weren't any half squads. There it is. Oh, there were. There are 2 half squads. Are they missing from that OB? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, we need 2 half squads. So we'll just clone this dude and then half squad him and clone. So the units that are going to try and draw fire are going to be these 2 half squads, and they're going to go probably go CX. Geez, I miss weather and I miss deployment. Playing starter kit feels like you're playing with your pants off. So we're going to put these dudes here. Let's see. All right, this dude is going to go here. One dude is going to go CX. This dude is going to go there. Um, so let's put them in order. Uh, in order of appearance. Yeah, we got 1, 2, uh, half squad to there. Let's put an MG here. We're going to try and put an LMG up there. Okay. We got 1, 2, and another fellow here. Put that fellow on top. Hmm. Well, I'm tending to risk everything over there. So what do we got there? We got a squad. We got a half squad. Let's put another fellow here. Put these boys here, just like that. Okay, so we're ready to start the game. I started a log. Um, so what we're going to do is rally phase. There's no rally. Put the counter on German turn 1. Let's go straight to prep fire. Now there's nobody to fire because there's no adversaries on the board. Let's go to movement. We did say we're going to put some CX. Go CX, double time. And the first unit that will CX will be the half squad. It would be great if I could put him on the board. So he goes into Z10 for 2 movement points. I'm not going to fire at him. Z9 for 4. And still not worth firing. So 2, 4, 6 to there. Now, with this fellow coming in on board, is it worth firing at this point, or do we wait? And we'll roll a die on it. 1d6, 1 to 3, we wait. 4, 5, 6, we fire. And hope to get rate. Let's see. 5. So we were going to fire and hope to get rate. If we put get rate, we don't have residual. So uh, we're going to fire the HMG, leader directed, and the, oh, we had to roll for weather to see if it's snowing. Let's see. It is not snowing. We rolled a 9. So there is no +1 hindrance as per special rule number 1. So the total firepower factors, because we're going to first fire only using the support weapon, I like these purple counters, will be an 8 even shot. It will be +3 for the building, -1 for non-assault movement, and -2 for the leader. So an 8 even shot, this is easy. We do not get rate. So it's going to be marked with a first fire counter, and a 6 on the 8 chart is, I believe, a 1 morale check. 8 rat charts. Well, this is infantry only, so the rulebook will do. Oh, but I got my LFT rat charts here. 6 on the 8 is a 1 morale check, and these guys, their ELR is a 3, so anything over a 10, he ELRs. Alright, so morale check. It was a 1 morale check. He rolled a 7, so he breaks but does not ELR, and he's no longer CX. Now, since it didn't get rate, he also used his leadership modifier. He is marked with a first fire, and there's 4 residuals in there. Boink. At this point, we ask ourselves, does anybody else want to fire? The answer is no. So now this fellow is going to assault move to there, which is risky. So this is going to be a 4 down 1, and unfortunately, I think I'm going to take the shot. Alright, so IFT 4 down 1. Nothing. I rolled a 10. Everybody could see that. Good. So 4 down on a 4 table. I actually rolled a 9, and a 9 is a miss by 2 on the 4 chart. But he's marked with first fire, then I cower, and there's 2 residuals in there, but I don't think anybody will move there in any case anymore. But you never know, this guy could go there. Instead of moving up, he can move there. So this fellow here will assault move to there. And now it will be his turn to first fire. So that will be a 4 down 1 as well. Again, I rolled a 9, which is a complete miss, but there's 2 residuals there. Okay, and he first fired. Now this fellow is going to non-assault move and go, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. 1, these 2 cannot fire at him anymore because these guys are closer. 1, 2, 3, and now he'll take a shot at a 4, 4 even, because he's not in open ground. He's in an orchard hex. So, oh, wait a second. He is in an orchard hex, so he's not in open ground, but it's non-assault movement. So now we still get a 4 down 1. Okay, great. He cowers, and 7 on the 4 is, it's not a 4 anymore. It's a 2. So 7 on the 2, because he cowered, it's a pin fast, there's nothing. It's a miss. So there's 2 residuals there. And he final fired because he cowered. Now this makes it a little bit more interesting. So we're going to have another unit go CX. And this time, the full squad is going to go 2 to their CX. 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys cannot fire at him because he's now further away. Now he can decide to use his inherent firepower, which in this case he will. So it's a 6, +1 for the hindrance, -1 for non-assault movement. They cancel each other out. and then the leadership modifier cannot be used because he used it to attack this dude. So it's going to be a 6 even shot. 6 even shot. 8 on 6 is a great pintash check. Pintash check needs to roll a 7 or less. He does so. All right. You'll notice, okay, yeah. He passes the task check, so he went 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. This guy cannot fire really because he's fun fired. That's interesting. I'm doing a lot better than I thought. All right, so this guy here now, the leader, he has 3 portage points. He is in. He has a squad. And he has 6 movement factors. There's no need for him to go CX. He'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. And these boys are going to go, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one squad is going to go, another squad is going to go CX. 1 to there. Come on. Here. 2 to go into the woods. Right. 2, 4, 5, and 6. There you go. And since this guy has also fired his inherent firepower, it's all first fired, um, he can go 2, 4 to there. I will not dare risk firing this guy there. So a German player has seemed to have arrived on board, on this flank at least, quite uneventful, and we need to exit 10 or more victory points off the west edge between here and here. Squad is worth 2 VPs, each squad is worth 1 VP, half squad is worth 1 VP, each -1 SMC is worth 2, a 0, and a +1 SMC is worth 1. So we're pretty good. We're pretty much unscathed except for the dude that drew some fire. So we're going to attempt to do the same successful move on the other side of the flank. And here we're going to declare assault move to there. This guy already fired. And green is available there, and he'll be a fool not to fire. So it's a full 8 up 1. And we're going to declare first fire there. 8 up 1. 9, which is only a measly pin task check. So, and there's no rate because the rate on the MG is 2, if you can see that square 2 there. Okay. So square 2 and task check. 8 passes. And passes. Great. And since he, let's see, IFT, he did not get rate, there is, let's see, 6 plus 4 is 10, 8, 4. 4 residuals there, but I don't think anybody's going to go there. Now another unit is going to go CX. Let's draw a couple of CX counters. We can even clone them. Hash squad is going to go to J10 for 2, CX, 2, 4, 4. When he goes there, he's probably going to move out of LOS. So what we got there is just the inherent firepower is a 6, up 1, -1 for non-assault movement, +1 for the woods, +1 for the hindrance. So that's a 6 up 1. So let's roll it. He cowers. I don't think he got, oh yeah, he does cower. Yep, he cowers. So the 6 moves to a 4, and a 7 on the 4 is a pin task check. So he's going to try and avoid that. He passes, but there's now 2 residuals in there. And he first fired. No, he final fired because he cowered. All right, the 2, 4, and 6 to there. That's interesting. All right. Now, this squad is going to go CX as well. Let's clone. It's going to go 2 to there, 2 to there, open ground. He first fired, and this guy's closer than him. All right, so actually it should be 2, 3 to there, 3, 4, 5 to there. Okay. Now he doesn't need to go CX because he has 6 movement points. Great. So let's go up and advance. 2, 3. He doesn't need to go CX, unfortunately. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Taylor's gonna fire. Taylor has an 8 firepower factor stack, and it'll be up 1. +3 for the building, -1 for non-assault movement, and -1 leadership DRM. So a good 8 up 1. Let's roll on the IFT. Well, they don't cower, and they got right on the MG, and they can fire at least twice again because they got right. So 8 up 1, they rolled a 5 on the 8. And a 5 on the 8 is a 2 morale check. All right, 2 morale check, leader first. And he passes. And now the squad needs a 6, I believe. Let's see what happens with the squad. The squad just broke. Um, you can put 2 residuals in there because of the squad's firepower, but the MG got right and he used 2 movement factors, so we can fire a second shot using the MMG at a 4 up 1 again. Yep, 4 up 1. Let's try it. That means that MMG is broken. And he first fired actually because he got raped. Um, that's how the cookie crumbles. Now, what we're going to do is, believe it or not, we'll go 2, 3, and 4, 5 to there. I'm shocked that I had nobody to fire there. So now it looks like I have a pretty good handle on the situation, and I can go to defensive fire and remove all the residuals like that. No residuals. And who does the American player have to fire upon me again? We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be halved. It would be a 2, up 1, up 2, up 3. So we don't have any snipers we don't have any snipers, so it's worthwhile taking. In this game, there are no snipers, no sniper bait. Yeah, 5, 8 on the 2 is you missed by 2. So he final fired. I do not believe I have any other defensive fire here because in order to final fire, in this case, somebody needs to be adjacent, and there isn't anybody adjacent. Yeah. Hmm. Now let's see. So let's go on to advancing fire. Advancing fire. This dude is broken. Hmm. This dude is CX and only 2, but we have a good shot here. Um, Perhaps not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They would each have to be quartered. Uh, So, and it will be up 4. So that isn't worth it at all. Here, we're in range, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 2, up 2. We can't use the MMG because it moved, but the squad at half firepower, because he moved, is a 2, up 2. Plus 3 for the building, minus 1 for the leader. Let's roll it and see what happens. 5. 5 on the 5 plus 2 is 7 on the 2. It's just missed by 1. That was pretty good. And now Steiner, where's Steiner going to fire? Firing there is not a good idea because he does also have 2 firepower factors. He can fire a group and say 2, 4, 6, 6 up 2. 6 up 2 is a good shot. We fire group 6 up 2 because he's CX and the woods is plus 1. 6 up 2. Oops, that ain't gonna do it. That's a bad roll. And then we're gonna have a 4 up 1 there, and roll on the I-15. That ain't going to do it either. I'm not going to bother putting the advancing fire. I'm not going to take this shot either. It's meaningless. So I'm not going to put that advancing fire. I'm going to go straight to route and clean up the board. I only have 1 unit to route, and it's this unit, and he can route with the leader. The leader is CX, but the squad is not. And the leader can choose to route with the squad. And he can route back, or he can stay there. He definitely cannot route forward. Oh, jeez. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to route like so. 2, 4 to there. The reason why I brought him there was he can continue to route actually all the way down there, but we want to be out of the line of sight of this guy and this fellow. This guy can continue to DM him, right? But if he was smart, if this fellow was smart, instead of trying to DM him, he would start moving in this position to start blocking the path and the exits here. This is what I'm going to do as the American player. Luckily, nobody broke here. Now, the interesting thing is not exactly the route phase, but how we will advance. So, uh, to abate the calamity and the firepower that the Americans can impose on us. So let's do that. So let's turn the wheel to advance phase. This is all good and dandy. He routed. I think the leader remains CX. How did the CX leader survive on a route check? All right. So how we're gonna move is we're gonna move the half squad at CX forward. Then there is another squad that's CX on the bottom. I'm not sure why he stopped there. Oh, probably because he was moving there. All right, fine. Wait a second. No, 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 no. There's a squad that's CX. The squad that CX is moving there, not the leader. And Dahl is going to move here. He stays where he is. He's going to try and be a fire base to prevent reinforcements from coming in this way. Steiner is going to stay where he is and try to wreak havoc on these guys. He is protected with a +2 modifier, I believe, +1, +3, -2. And what are we going to do here? What we're going to do is advance this fellow here. So he is a bit of a worry because he's getting closer to the victory objective. But at the same token, this fellow will have to advance there in order to make a difference. Um, yeah, so that's all fine and dandy. This unit will advance to there. This guy is broken. What happened to this DM? He'll stay where he is. That's all fine and dandy. All right, so this guy will advance as well. This dude, these fellows are going to go like this. And this unit will advance to there. All right. So that's the end of German turn 1. Let's go to American turn 1. And close combat, none. Rally phase. Okay. So rallies. I like to put on this button to remind me what's broken. So he has a repair. It's a 1 or a 2. It's goner. He just lost an MG. Oh well. Then we have a couple of broken units here. He's under DM status. I'm not sure if the CX cancels his leadership DRM. Let's say it doesn't. All right, 3, 4 for the terrain, 5 or less here. Rally does not make it. His DM comes off. And down here, we got he's no longer CX, broken. So we got under DM, it's 2, 3, 3 or less. Nope, the DM comes off. All right, I think that's the end of the rally phase. It wasn't so eventful, but it wasn't exactly a success for the. Um, uh, it wasn't exactly a success for the Americans. All right, so let's go to prep fire. Remove the broken indicator. There's one unit that I'd like to prep fire against the leader here, and that is a 6 up 2 shot. Let's do it. Nope, nothing there. Uh, Green is going to fire there at 8. Yeah, the Americans have to roll for weather. To 10. So now it's snowing. So we have a +1 DRM for weather because it's snowing as per special rule number 1. All right, so uh, he rolled an 11. I think he rolled an 11. He didn't fire yet. So that's 8 up 2. 8 up 2. Whoa, that's a good shot. And rate. So 5, 6, 7. 7 on the 8 table is a 1 morale check. So a leader needs a 7 or less. Makes it. Now the squad needs a 7 or less as well. And he breaks. We have rate. Yeah, we rolled a 2 on the color die. So he broke, but DELR. Nope. He's good. All right, so let's do a 4 up 2. Nope, and no more rate. And you'll notice that sometimes it's the leaders with the 0 modifier that do the most amount of damage here. Um, really remarkable. Okay, and now, believe it or not, what I'm going to do with this fellow is I'm going to move him. But here, I can fire group against this dude. And the reason why I moved this guy here is because, um, what? Is because I would avoid a fire group attacking him. So this is what I can do. I can attack this fellow here, this squad here with one squad attacking 1 versus 1, or fire group these guys against him and hope to eliminate him. That's what I'm going to do here. So I got 10 here plus 5. Uh, that makes it a 12 infantry fire table. Even. 12 even shot. Let's do it. 8 on the 12. Is a measly 1 morale check. So the German player needs to roll a 6 or less morale check. He makes it. Now that doesn't look too well for the Americans, and they prep fire. They're stuck there. This fellow here can fire here or there. And the problem here is that we have a little bit of a fire group. So, and this is uh, a victory point. We're ready to skedaddle. Try that again, George. What we're going to try and do is break up this fire group. So we're going to do a four even shot there. Wow, 3 on the 4. 3 on the 4. Is a 2 morale check. So he needs to roll a 5 or less, and he pins. Holy cow. Holy cow. And he prep fired. Holy cow. Really unbelievable. Now let's go to movement. Let's go to movement. Oh, in hindsight, I could have tried and firing there just to DM him, keep him there, and keep him there and delay his movement. But I decided to move. And first we'll move this fellow here. He'll assault move to there. He won't be able to use his HMG, but he has gotten closer um, in creating an obstacle for the Germans and forcing them to go elsewhere unless he breaks his HMG or he breaks himself, which is highly unlikely. Now, this fellow here, um, we're going to try and move this fellow here. If we move this fellow here, who has line of sight to him? Perhaps this dude does. He has no other target, so we're going to play it safe just the same. And what I will do is there's no playing safe with flamethrowers. If you got flamethrowers, that's crazy. You move up. We have an option of moving him, assault moving him here, and then try to DM that guy and advance to there, as opposed to risking just going that way. Or we can even advance him here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're calling assault move to there. Uh, he's going to try and fire on it. Let's do the line of sight check. Ooh, nope. I still have to roll it. And he first fired. Now this guy's going to go CX. And he's going to try and become a blocking force, because we know that the obvious path is this way. 2, 4, 6. Who do we appreciate? All right, that's my movement. Now we got defensive fire. For defensive fire, I'm going to take a 6 up 3 shot against them. I'm not going to combine and do an 8 up 4 shot, or 8, yeah, uh, 8 up 4 because this guy's CX. I'm going to prevent cowering, use the Corporal Dal to his fullest potential and fire. Okay, so that makes it an 8 on the 6. All that is a pentoss check, but let's put it this way, I'll prevent him from moving in the advanced phase if he fails. So leader first, passes, squad passes. He final fired. Now this dude cannot fire Diddley because he's broken. And um, Steiner can do an 8 up 3 on that stack. Or, or, or 8 up 3, or you got 8 plus 6, you got a 12 shot there, 12 up 4. And there won't be subject to cowering. I am tempted to take the 12 up 4 shot. Let's take a look at it. 12 up 4, I need a 6 or less. And with a 8 up 3, I need 5 or less. So I will take the 12 up 4 shot. These two stacks are going to combine firepower and fire there. All right, let's do it. And we're using the LMGs. So here we go. All right, 12 up 4. That ain't going to do diddly. 12 on the 12. Miss. And there's no rate. So they prep fired. Or final fired. All right. Here we have a unit that's CX and pin. So his firepower is 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 up 2 there. Whoa, that's not so shabby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the 6 is a 1 morale check. 1 morale check. He needs to roll a 5 or less. He breaks but does not ALR. He rolled 7, 8. Yeah, does not ALR. So he breaks. And they final fired. And here we got a 12 up 1 shot. We'll do that. 8 on the 12 is a good roll, which is a 1 morale check. So again, a 5 or less. And he does not ALR, but he breaks. There you go. And they final fired. All right, so let's move it to advancing fire phase. And let's double check this. So he does not have assault fire because he's outside of normal range. So this is a 2, and let's take the line of sight check. 1 hindrance, a 2 up 2. That's enough to DM him. So let's roll it. Oh, shit. Excuse my language. That's a 5 on the 2, which is a normal morale check. So leader, morale check. Makes it. That would have been the battle if we were playing the entire game. And a 7 or less for the squad. Yeah, he makes it. But they're DM'd. And he advance fired. Oh, let's not forget about our big killer stack here. He will fire there. So now we do have assault move. So that's assault fire. So this is going to be a 6, half, 3, fractions rounded up, 4, 5. Goes down to a 4 again. The HMG cannot fire. Let's take a look and see if that no hindrances. So we got a 4 down 2 against this fellow. Fire. Ain't gonna do it. Advanced fire. Okay, let's go on to route. Let's clean up the board. This was American turn 2. Prep and the fire. So now we can take advantage of we can take advantage of our routes in order to get to a better defensive position. I am routing as the American player first. So I'm the facing player, so we can go 2, 4 to there. And this fellow here, he will remain equal distance from him throughout this route. So 2, 4, 6 to there. Now he's further away, but he's in a position to recover, I suppose, and um, and do something there. Okie dokie. And this unit will stay where he is. This unit will stay where they are. They're underneath the leader, um, and kudos to them. They withstood some fire. All right. I'm a bit disappointed in this outcome here, uh, but it is what it is. All right, so advance phase. Let's remove all the moves again. He will advance into the stone building. He will advance here. The rest of the players are going to maintain their position, and this fellow is going to advance into the woods. Yep. Alrighty then. We did what we could do. Advance. Close combat. I don't see anything. Great. Um, German turn 2. So we're approaching the 50-minute mark. Uh, I want to keep it under 60 minutes. Let's do this German turn 2, and let's try and rally. Soft rallies are permitted even if you're under a good order leader and squad leader. But I'll play it as if you're not, and we'll just rally the forego the self rally for the German player because uh, all the broken units are under a leader. I'm going to remove all the pins. I typically forget to do that. So, yeah, German player first. I will try and rally this squad here. So 4, 5 or less. Does not make it. His DM comes off for now. And here it's another 5 or less. He makes it. What a dude. There you go. DM comes off. I will typically like to use this counter to ensure that I've covered everybody. This guy was not fired upon, so his rally is 7. I would have missed that on a regular game without this tool. Whoa! He comes back on, so I got a nice little half squat here. And this DM comes off for now. And this DM comes off for now. So we'll do this German player, and we'll continue this game at a later time. I find it very enjoyable, to be really honest with you guys. Really enjoyable. So let's go on to prep fire. Now, nothing good goes on in prep fire, but it appears that I really have the urgent need to prep fire to some extent. So um, I'm not going to be prep firing everybody, but my fire bases. So 8 up. Now I got to keep in mind the weather. Oh, it's still snowing. You need to get a 3 or less in order for it to stop snowing. This fellow is going to fire at him at an 8 up, 8 up 2. Let's take it away. 9, pin check. 7 plus 2 is 9. All right, pin check. I need a 8 and I need a 6. Let's see. task check. Okay, so pretty easy to pin a dude. I uh, could have gotten a morale check rather easily, but I didn't. So Bruner did his job. There you go, and he prepped hard. Now the other dudes that are going to do their job, hopefully, is my little uh, killer fire group. So I'm going to mark him with a prep fire. I'm going to mark him with a prep fire, but not the half squad. A half squad, it has a really good job to do. So we already determined that these two stacks have at least 12 firepower factors on with them. So that hindrance still applies. There's nobody that's CX. Good stuff. 2, 3, 4. That would be funny. Not really. All right, so we got a 12 up 4. Let's do it. They don't cower. Uh, Unfortunately, that's a 10 on a 12, which is only a pin task check. 6 up 4 is a 10. 10 on a 12 chart is a pin task check. All right, pin task check, leader first. Makes it, and the squad needs a 9 or less. Makes it. Amazing how streaky this thing is. All right, so they prep fired. Oh boy. All right, everybody else has to move. I'm going to make a little bit of a modest move here. So Dow is going to assault move to there. Um, this fellow is going to lose his CX. If I assault move to there, what will happen ultimately is he will have a 12 down 2. And that's a bad shot. He will just simply lose his, uh, his CX. And this fellow will assault move to here. Um, Now, here, the half squad has the option of trying to charge him, which is really not a wise idea, or try to make a run for it. Making a run for it is a wiser option, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he has another option. Maybe he has another option. It's suicidal to move him up to X9. To move him completely up that way, he'll be eliminated for sure, almost for sure, unless this guy rolls boxcars. Um, Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So we're gonna try and uh, do what Monty would have done. Would it be? Would it? It would be uh, assault moving as much as we can. Yeah, yeah. All right. So we did our moves on that side of the board. Here, what I see is assault move to here. He can take an 8 up one shot now. and there's no reason why I shouldn't, unless I am trying to guard this hex here, which also makes good sense. But, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fire. Okay, 8 up, 1. Let's see what happens. That's a good shot. 4 on the 8. 4 on the 8. There's a 2 morale check. He needs to roll 5 or less. He breaks. He first fires, and there's 4 residuals in there. Good stuff, George. Now we'll do this thing. Non-assault movement. 1 to there. 2, 3, 4. Now we have a 4 even shot against them. Nothing. He final fired. And there's 2 residuals there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this is what we're going to do. He's going to lose his CX. And he will assault move to there. So we're going to fire the HMG to there. Line of sight, no hindrances. Will be a 8 down 3. -1 for moving the open, -2 for the leader. 8 down 3. And 3 on the 8 is a K2. So we have squad, clone, and take a 2 morale check, which he breaks. And he kept right. So now he will assault move to there. And we'll fire again using the heavy. And this time, let's draw a line of sight. We have a 1 hindrance. So it's -1 for non-assault movement, +1 for the hindrance, -2. So we got an 8 down 2. That's a 1 on the 8. And rate, that's a 2 KIA. So there's no residuals because we're keeping rate. All right, and it's just 10 -2 leader with a heavy. All right, so let's go again. Non-assault movement this time again. 1 to there. Let's see what happens. That's another 8 down 2. 7 on the 8 is a 1 morale check. He lars and breaks. Flip him over. ELR and break. And he did not keep rate, so he first fired the support weapon. Right. And no residuals. So now we're going to have 2 to there. I know 1 to there. Let's make him CX. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And he is now under DM. Okay. That's it. Let's call in defensive fire. We'll start from the left side of the board. He'll fire back there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got a 6 up 2 using inherent firepower only. Nothing, but it dams him again. Final fired. Now we got a 6 up 2 there. That's a pretty good shot. 4, 5, 6, 6 on the 6 is a 1 morale check. Dow needs a 6 or less. Pins. Now the squad needs another 6 or less. He passes, the leader pins. Now we couldn't use the leader in any case. He final fired. Green. There's no rate because the squad is pinned. He'll fire to there. So we got 3 plus 4. We have a 6 up 3 if we have line of sight. If it doesn't touch that building, I think it does. No, it doesn't. Great. So we said 6 up 3. 5, 8 on the 6 is pin fast check. Another pin check just for the squad. Everybody's pinned. No rate. Final fired. He can't fire. He can't fire. We should have removed residuals. There you go. All right, let's call advancing fire. Advancing fire, we got a 1, 2, 3, and a 1 here. So we got a 4 up 3 to there. Nothing. We'll go there, there, and there. And here we got a 4 up 1. Nothing. That's it for advancing fire. We already got a couple of casualties there. A squad and a half. So let's go to route. This should be interesting. Let's clean up the board. Okay. Routes. They can continue to remain where they are. Um, Here, this fellow can route to there, and he's routing forward. This fellow this fellow has to route to there because that's a known enemy unit. This fellow has to actually, let's see, does he see that leader? Doesn't, so he can low crawl to there. Actually, he has to pick his route destination, which is probably the woods here. Can't go there, can't go here. He doesn't see the leader, so low crawls to there. Now the American turn to route. I think the only choice he has is to go there. That's about it. Routes are over. Advanced phase. Advanced phase will go as follows. That is close combat right there, which is a really bad idea, but hey, what the heck. Let's remove all the moves. Advance. I'm going to advance this fellow here, simply because there's better protection. That's the long and short of it. All right. And it's bad. It's really a bad idea to advance there. Yep, because I'm going to leave him unprotected. Oh well, too late. I took my finger off the counter. No more advances. Let's go to close combat. Let's roll for ambush here. German player first. Rolls a 6. American. Rolls a 2. So we ambush them. The Americans ambush the German. and the Americans have a 1-to-1, need a 5 or less. -1 makes it a 6, makes it, he's dead. He was ambushed, and he's no longer in close combat. For that, we should give him the bronze star. So what you do is right click and put label bronze star. There you go. I'm going to pause the video here. It's an hour and 10 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it and had fun. I'm probably going to continue this game at a later episode. Uh, I'm calling it Scenario 4 Solo. And so far it looks good. And based on um, based on what I've seen, first and foremost, is that having a 10-2 leader with an elite squad and an HMG here is a must. That's something for sure. I'm not sure if you can interchange the uh, elite squads with the flamethrowers between this hex and those hexes. I put them here because when they're carrying a flamethrower, they incur a -1 dice roll modifier, and basically having three leaders with good squads and support weapons here gives you a mobile strike force to come to the aid um, of uh, actually direct your forces to the area of attack, wherever the attack might come from. But of course, as a German player, what you like to have is to have fire groups to interdict the movement and reinforcements of the American player. So those are the key takeaways from playing this scenario solo and with various opponents so far. I hope you found it informative. And with that said, I think I'm going to pause the video for now, or uh, stop here because it's been over an hour. It's probably my longest video ever. Take off the helmet. Ah, boy. Anywho, I did say I was going to mention the LSA Panthers. Um, According to my son, they're part of my fan base, my uh, younger generation fan base. And what I can tell you is that these gentlemen were remarkable. Uh, the uh, the opponents were leading 20-6, and they made a late comeback. There was a couple of unfortunate incidents, but I don't want to go dwell with the negativity and what I think about the opposing side and what happened on the field. I don't want to go into negativity because that will be a bad example of sportsmanship. What I can tell you, and I've thought carefully about what I was about to say, and at, at one point became very emotional about it, uh, is that what I witnessed yesterday on the field was a phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what I had seen. An eagle rising from the ashes. I'm not going to mention any individuals because um, all the individuals were an inspiration to their parents. They moved the stand immensely. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They have everything to be proud of as a parent of a member of that team. And also, uh, having witnessed a lot of the games of the team, all I can tell you is, gentlemen, you're an inspiration to your parents. Your parents are proud of each and every one of you. Yesterday, you may have lost the match, but you won the game of life. And in particular, in making your parents proud, inspiring them with your resolve to win. And I hope you win the game of life. Um, You'll win some and lose some in all games, but overall, when you stick to your moral ground, when you hold your heads up high, you don't give up on life, and you excel academically and physically, you'll do great in life. And that's what I wish one and all of the LSA Panthers. So keep strong and better luck next year. Take care, guys. George, over and out.